Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Dallas Cowboys' biggest problem summed up in 3 words. The Dallas Cowboys are getting close to what will be a make or break season for the franchise. There's a lot of hope surrounding the team, thanks to having a new leader in Brian Schottenheimer, but Schottenheimer isn't going to have much time to turn this franchise around. For a team like the Cowboys, who are considered America's team, expectations are high, and the team has fallen short for too long. So, Schottenheimer, quarterback Dak Prescott and company are on a mission to become one of the strongest teams in the NFL once again. Last season, Prescott spent much of the year out with an injury, so the team had to rely on their backup quarterbacks, both of whom have left the team. So, the Cowboys are putting their trust into backup quarterback Joe Milton if something with Prescott happens again. Well, the Dallas Cowboys went up against the Baltimore Ravens on Saturday, August 16th, and fell with a final score of 31-13. The most concerning part, though, was Milton's performance. Let's hope Prescott doesn't get injured again, but if he does, it could be a problem. In a piece published on Saturday, August 16th, following the loss to Baltimore, Cherian Williams of Pro Football Talk and NBC Sports sums up the Cowboys' biggest problem perfectly in 3 words. He says the team has a backup quarterback problem. That certainly seems to be the case. It's obvious the Cowboys have a backup quarterback problem, he adds. Despite Milton's rough performance on Saturday, Schottenheimer says he's not worried. I wouldn't say I'm concerned, he said following the game in a conference. We didn't get into rhythm offensively. What we did in the first half against the Rams, I think we came out a little bit of a different mindset in terms of trying to run the ball. They got him. Schottenheimer added, they fooled him a little bit on the safety on the 3rd down there. We were trying to get the ball out of his hand fast. They showed down one side and brought the blitz from the other side, and it just spooked him. He's got to try to throw that ball away, and his feet were kind of talking to him. The head coach also said that he wasn't going to scapegoat Milton. He's obviously not the only one on the field. The Dallas Cowboys traded for Milton during the off-season after letting Rush walk. Their other quarterback is Will Grier. While it's certainly a concern to see the kind of backup quarterback situation the Dallas Cowboys are facing, they're not the only team in the NFL in this situation. Hopefully Prescott can stay healthy this season and keep up the good stats, because if not, the outcome will be a question mark. Are the Cowboys and Micah Parsons headed for a divorce? Yes, another post about Micah Parsons because, well, right now it is the biggest story for the Dallas Cowboys. It has not gone the way that all of us fans have wanted, and recent reports have come out that the Dallas Cowboys and Parsons may be on the verge of a divorce. That is the word that ESPN's Adam Schefter used when giving an update on Monday about the contract situation. Schefter reported the Dallas Cowboys and Micah Parsons are likely headed for a divorce at some time. Parsons and the Cowboys are currently in a standoff over his contract. He hasn't participated in training camp, and there have been plenty of trade rumors if Dallas doesn't meet Parsons' demands, or vice versa. But as of now, Schefter said Parsons' time in Dallas could be done after this season or the next. Today I feel comfortable saying I don't think he'll finish his career in Dallas. Today, I feel comfortable saying that, now I reserve the right to change my mind all of a sudden. The Cowboys definitely negotiate, Schefter said on Unsportsmanlike. But the way things have gotten this off-season, the way people are talking, the way things sound, yeah, I would think that there is a real possibility that, if he plays this season, that this potentially could be the last year for Micah in Dallas, yes. It feels like the Cowboys and Jerry Jones have all the leverage though. Micah would play this year under his 5th-year option that would pay him a base salary of just over $24 million. While that's certainly not a bad payday, Parsons would be making roughly $17 million less this season than Steelers outside linebacker T.J. Watt, who earlier this summer became the NFL's highest-paid non-quarterback in terms of average annual salary. Then next year, if the Cowboys don't trade or give him a new contract, they can throw the franchise tag on him, so Jerry knows that he can go at his own pace. Cowboys trade pitch lands 6'4", 244-pound former first-round quarterback from AFC South. With 1 week until NFL rosters cut down to 53 players, one thing all 32 teams understand is those 53 players aren't necessarily all guys who are currently in the locker room. For the Dallas Cowboys, there are more weaknesses than strengths when they look at their position groups, most notably at quarterback after backups Joe Milton and Will Grier have struggled in the preseason. Heavy's Max Dybul proposed a trade that would shake up the NFL, with the Cowboys swapping a 2026 third-round pick in exchange for Indianapolis Colts quarterback and former first-round pick Anthony Richardson. Richardson is far more proven than Joe Milton III, whom Jerry Jones gave up a fifth-round pick to get, Dybul said. The Cowboys also sent a fourth-rounder to the 49ers for Trey Lance, which didn't work out. The third time, with a third-round pick, could prove the charm. Dallas is already spending $60 million a year on Dak Prescott and refuses to pay Micah Parsons what he deserves, so why not to take a swing on a high-upside talent like Richardson and his $8.5 million annual value? Richardson, the number 4 overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, finds his career at a crossroads headed into just his third season after the Colts signed former first-round pick Daniel Jones and named him the starter on August 19. Jones, the number 6 overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, went 24-44 in 6 seasons as the starting quarterback for the New York Giants but was released midway through the 2024 season and spent the second half of the year as the backup to Sam Darnold on the Minnesota Vikings. Nobody believes Daniel Jones is a worthy starter, ESPN's Stephen F. Smith said on August 19. Now, Anthony Richardson's NFL career might be in jeopardy. If Richardson's career is truly in jeopardy, he has no one to blame but himself. Trailing by 2 scores late in the third quarter of an eventual 23-20 loss to the Houston Texans in Week 7, the 6'4", 244-pound Richardson took himself out of the game on 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line. Not because he was hurt, but because he was tired. The blowback was fast and furious and led to Colts owner Shane Steichen eventually benching Richardson in favor of veteran Joe Flacco. A change of scenery could do Richardson a world of good, and it would benefit both the Colts and Cowboys.